I'm Tevlev, and today I'm ranking all the major Donkey Kong designs with a couple extras along the way. We're judging based on charm and expressiveness and personality, just his ability to be the face of a franchise. And we're going in loose release order, which means we're starting off with no one's favorite design, the original arcade Donkey Kong. This is the iconic look that was on the side of the arcade cabinets. This is what DK looked like in the 80s. Not a lot of distinguishing characteristics, not even a tie. He's just a cartoon gorilla. This is simply not main character material. I mean, honestly, it's just a weird looking creature. His nostrils are bigger than his eyes. This is going in C tier. C minus, to be exact. And the next one, this is an alternative arcade design, but it's literally just another gorilla. I honestly feel like this one's a little better, but still not main character material. C+, because at least I can't fit my entire foot in his nose. This next one is the 8-bit arcade Donkey Kong as seen in the game. This is a different design. It's a whole different medium. It's a whole different style. This one has a lot of charm that's just not there in the artwork. And it has this redness that makes it more bold. See, DK was kind of red back then sometimes. And he's got that big dumb guy smile that you can't help but love. But having said that, it's a B minus. Donkey Kong Jr. He was very round and kind of friendly. This is definitely a father. We're putting it in C+. Yeah, it's kind of cute. The Game Boy design. Now he's actually looking more like his own character at this point, as opposed to just a cartoon monkey, and that's obviously thanks to the tie. It looks like an actual artist drew this as well. No offense to whoever drew the other ones, but this definitely looks like 80s drawing philosophies going on. The top of B minus, because I like it. It just also, maybe his eyes are too small. There's something wrong with this guy. I like it, but he's not B plus. You know what I mean? Now we're going a little bit outside the box, okay? Because lately I've been watching this TV show. It's called Captain N, the Game Master. This is the cartoon that had famous NES characters crossing over, like Mega Man and Pit and Simon Belmont and Link. This was way before Smash Brothers, if you can believe that. I love it. I think this show is very interesting. I highly recommend it if you're into a weird look into how these characters were interpreted back then. It's pretty cool. Anyway, Donkey Kong was in one episode, and he looks like this. He looks like a King of the Hill character. They kind of just had to make King Kong, because he has Kong in it, so of course he's the size of the Empire State Building. But it's not a good design. It really just lacks identity, and it's very weird looking. So it gets a D, because look at it. Now we're finally making our way into the more iconic look. This is the look that he would go on to have for quite a while, or at least the broad strokes of it. At this point, this specific Donkey Kong Country design, he's pretty plasticky. He's got a big Muppet mouth that looks like it has the flexibility of a trash can. And now he has a little spike of hair on top of his head, which adds some character. And of course, he still has that tie, but with no initials. There is definitely a charm to this, even his hot dog fingers, but I'm putting it in B+. You look at this guy, he's got a lot of character. He's got this big, dopey brow ridge situation going on, which became super iconic to the character. This brow ridge literally makes DK. Here's another fun one, alright? I can't ignore it. I was looking up DK designs and I came across this monstrosity. The official Donkey Kong board game, everybody. See, this reminds me of something I saw as a kid. Okay, not Bigfoot or anything. Now, when I was a kid, I went swimming in the lake. Except it was really cold, and the further out you kept swimming, the colder it would get. And it got so cold that I fainted for a split. All right, I was out for a minute or two, and I swear I almost died. And when I almost died, I saw this face. I saw this face, and every time I would try to sleep for the next week and a half, it was this face. So what I'm saying is a creature like this would be what greets you at the gates of hell. It's very creepy to me, and I don't like it, so I'm putting it in D tier. I'm putting it at the bottom of D tier. Oh, banana! It's banana time, because we're looking at DK64, everybody. I love the way he looks. It's sharp, it's clean. Obviously, it's sharp, but and maybe it's just because I grew up with it, but it's so good. And obviously, we're not ranking the voices here. We're just ranking the visual design, but that DK voice. Okay. It's peak DK. It's so perfect. It's a shame they pivoted later to a different voice, but it just has a lot of personality. Like, it doesn't feel like it's being held back by it being in 64. Like, this is DK to me. This is how he appears in my mind. So he gets an A- because he's still made out of plastic, you know what I mean? Like, I want DK to feel real. Let's contrast that with another 64 DK. This is from Super Smash Brothers. Of course, he's polygonal, but he's also more of this like soft brown. See, sometimes DK had these varying degrees of redness, usually in the older games where he was just bright red. Obviously, that's a sprite. But also, I didn't mention this before. Yes, I know the old DK is not DK, it's Cranky Kong, but Cranky is DK because that's his name. That's his government name is Donkey Kong. So if you were already typing that comment, shut up. Or if you already typed it, go ahead and delete it for me, buddy. You messed up typing that. You're a nerd, all right? I'm a nerd too, but you're a bad nerd. You've been a very bad boy. Anyway, so this Smash design, I feel like this actually is being held back by the technology. Smash 64 has very low poly characters. It just looks like, you know what it looks like. It looks like a toy. This gets a B-. It's really not that bad. We're actually going to put it a little bit above the arcade DK. Yeah, that's good, see? Now we go into the artwork. The Smash 64 artwork is kind of iconic to me. I actually kind of love it, and I hate it as well. You see what they do to Link? This is on like the manual and the box art and stuff. I don't like this one. It gives me off vibes. He just creeps me out. Hey, you want to see a banana? It's a C+ for sure. Well, you know, we're actually going to move DK Jr. above because he's so round and cute. Actually, we're going to move that up. This is good. This is ordered, by the way. Here's another fun one, guys, just for fun. The other ones are for business, but this is for fun. The costume from Smash Brothers. All right, this is a trifecta of Smash Brothers. Let me tell you about my best friend. Oh, wait, that's not the right song. It's so funny. His eyes are tiny, and his mouth is huge. Look at the size comparison. You're supposed to be the face of a franchise, okay? Have some grace. Not a funny face. I do like it a lot. It has a lot of charm. So we're honestly going to put it really high up into B- because it's so funny to me. Now, I know we're kind of jumping around here, but now this is the renders for DK64. This is what you see outside of the game, like on the box art and places. So this is a more updated, finalized look of the original Donkey Kong Country design. This is also what he basically looks like in the manual for like Donkey Kong Country 2 around that era. I think we can all agree I don't have to rank the DKC2 manual design separately from the DK64 manual design. You know, it's the same stuff, but sometimes, as you notice, I might rank things that are similar just to make a point or to emphasize something, because at the end of the day, this is really just an excuse to celebrate the many designs of our lovable friend Donkey Kong. So with this one, he looks like an action figure with posable limbs that look like they could snap off if you pull too hard, which is obviously the limitations of the time. Unlike in-game, it's less going for a style and more like they're trying to make fur. It's not embracing the limitations. You know, his head kind of looks like soft serve ice cream. It doesn't look like a tuft of hair like it's supposed to, you know. So we're going to go ahead and put that down in B+. Now here's another random one. This is DK from the Donkey Kong Country television show. Look at that. That's definitely something. You know, I'd hate to sound like I lack whimsy, but this sucks. This is disturbing. It gives me uncanny valley feelings. And why does he stand up straight sometimes? It's kind of creepy. I think him moving around like a realistic human, because they use motion capture, it's a little disturbing. I don't know if that really that's not clicking with me. You know what I always think about when I see this DK? There's an episode where he gets his hair buzzed, and the shape of his head is literally that. I thought that was supposed to be hair. So this episode messed me up, and I haven't been able to unsee this. Even as a kid, I don't remember thinking that that's hair. I just thought he had like a hard head. Like it's a mountain on top of his head. Like a spike. I don't know. So this is going in C-. I know it'd be kind of funny if I ranked it high up, but I have a duty to uphold. And next we have DK as he appears in Smash Melee. I hate it. I hate it a lot. Melee is notorious for having these weird designs, which isn't the game's fault. They were using old designs that hadn't really been updated yet, so they had to kind of update it themselves, but it was more like a sidestep. The characters are like over detailed in some areas, but then under detailed in others, and They have like weird proportions. That's just how it goes back then, though. It's fine. We forgive Melee. Creative liberties here and there is totally great, but sometimes that's not what's happening. Sometimes it's just weird. He's got these 3 sharp spikes on his head. His body is shaped like a tortilla chip. It doesn't look like DK. It looks like someone impersonating him. C-. Here's a random one. King of Swing. It's a Game Boy Advance game. He's cute. He's got little charming expressions, and this design is underrated. I like it. I don't have a lot to say. I just think it's cute. It's well crafted, so it's going in B+. Next up is Mario Strikers. He's edgy, he's scary, and he's serious. But I also feel like he's being something he's not. You know, like, that's not you, dude. Chill out and eat some bananas. You're being angry and you're scaring me. Not to jump ahead, but when comparing it to the new design, the brand new look of DK, some people are off-put by it. Like, DK is supposed to be serious. He's a serious-looking character, and he's not supposed to be jolly and happy-go-lucky. Like, whoa. DK's serious? When is he serious? Infrequently, he is serious, but, like, are we playing the same games? When DK is too serious, it feels like he's being something he's not. Like, what are you so mad about? Don't try to be this rageful, edgy character, okay? You were a kid's meal toy. But, you know, you do need the anger to outweigh the happy, dumb guy vibe, you know. And the artwork is good. But he's so mad. Regardless, A-. I don't know, but because I like it. It's cool. Yeah, he's an angry gorilla. Yeah, he absolutely can be that. They just need to strike a good balance. And they've always had that balance pretty good. I mean, Mario Strikers, everyone is angry and serious. That's kind of the whole gimmick of that game. But yeah, they've always had the balance. I think it's more of a fan interpretation where they're thinking like DK is like, yeah, he's a serious badass. Like, we need a rated M Donkey Kong game. Yeah, no one's saying that exactly, but sometimes it feels like people they take it a little too serious. Like, DK's got to be lovable, and then he's got to be like angry too at points. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. Now, the 2D promotional artwork. This was used in t-shirts and Nintendo websites and posters and t-shirts and stuff. The first thing I noticed was that it's kind of soulless. It's just charmless. It's well made. Like, it's not bad art or anything, but like, where's the flavor here? I think it's along the same lines as Arcade 2. Now we have the Wii era of Donkey Kong. This is definitely one of the most Donkey Kong pictures I've ever seen. Like, this is DK. This is him. Having said that, this is soulless. It's also soulless. I just can't really explain it. This is like, you ever stare at a painting and it speaks to you and you're feeling it? Yeah, this doesn't do that. This is around the time where they started trying to make him feel more full of life and more expressive animations. And they did a good job at that, except there's one part of him that is kind of lacking. It's almost distracting. That's his brow ridge. It almost doesn't move. And it's weird. That's where his eyes are. That's where he should be showing the most expression. But they're kind of carrying over this old relic of the old design. And keep in mind, this old design really hasn't changed much since they first modeled it in the earliest 3D modeling software of the 90s. I kind of applaud the fact that he hasn't changed much, but he really should be moving his eyes more. And again, he does move it a little bit, but really just the middle. Not the tips, not where his eyebrows are. That's where characters are supposed to be showing emotion. And despite my critiques, it's not bad. That's why it's going an A-. I just want him to be more. Because like these other two have so much soul. And then this one is completely soulless. No, we're putting these in it. Okay, we got to do a little bit of adjusting. Okay, these are going up in A+. I love these, and I'm sick of pretending like I'm not obsessed with these looks. Okay, A-, which is like, that's DK, and then A+. These are a new style, and I appreciate that. These are good. I love it. I don't care what anyone says. The next one isn't Donkey Kong. It's actually Donkey Kong. I thought I would include one more Smash design, because after Brawl, he just started looking like DK. He's slightly more serious. He has like a little bit more detail. His hair is, you can see every single little hair on there. This DK, I think, just lacks the whimsy. You know, like the Strikers DK, he's mad, he's serious, but it has like this cool look to it. I'm not the biggest fan of the Brawl designs anyway. Do we need to see Ivysaur's veins? or Wario's shit stains? Does that enhance the quality? I think this Brawl design is an important aspect of the DK design mythos that we have to rank it, so we're going to put it above the soulless Nintendo 2D design. Modern DK. This is just like an updated version of the Wii era, alright? But it's more or less the same, as you can tell. He's softer and fluffier and more cuddly too. He's the first member of the DK crew. He has all the same qualities, everything that made him good, but also everything that kind of held him back. Mostly just his eyebrows. A-. It's slightly better. Obviously, I mean, look how similar they are. Of course, they'd be in the same tier. Mario Kart 8. It's ugly. I'm putting this thing all the way in D tier. There's literally no reason for it to look like this. This is worse than the Captain N design, because there's no excuse. Back then, oh, that's a cute interpretation. I guess that's what he looks like. What else would he look like? But no, this DK, he's wrong. That's not DK. That's some cretin. This is the pinnacle of DK's trash can mouth. It's really revealing itself here. Anywho, 8-bit look from Mario Maker. It's so charming and fun, and it's cute. I don't know. I really like this look, but obviously it's not... It can't be higher than that, right? Is that crazy? Whoa. Whoa, is that crazy? Whoa, I really love this design. No, I think it goes there. That's fine. This next one is his brand new look in 2D form. I know it looks similar to the other ones. It's so similar that I accidentally used the wrong picture. Just pretend I didn't do that. Nintendo just silently changed DK's design under our noses. And you can see the comparison with this one from 2019 and then this one from 2025. You see the differences. And of course, a lot of this has to do with he's more fuzzy. And you might say that this is just DK doing a different facial expression. This is not a design, or at least this is what people were debating back then. But keep in mind, DK's eyebrow couldn't move like that back in 2019. And let me say something. I've never had this conscious thought about DK's stiffness in his brow ridge, okay? I've never thought that until seeing these new designs, and it put it in perspective. Like, yeah, he is a little unexpressive. Whenever a new game came out, I wouldn't think to myself, he's being held back by his old relic designs. I never thought that. I never had that conscious thought. Well, when Mario Kart 8 came out, I did say, what the hell is that? Why does he look like that? But this one it's just a B-. Now we're down to the final 3 designs, which are very similar to each other. Now, where am I gonna put these? The next thing here is the Mario movie. I'm sorry, but I love it. I love the way he looks in the movie. Okay, I don't like the way he sounds. Again, we're not ranking sound, we're ranking visual look. He has this, like, macho, masculine energy to him, but also he can kind of be lovable. You know, he has a wide range of expressions. His brow ridges actually move to show emotion. This is the first time seeing DK actually emote like this, and it's great. So, no more trash can mouth. That actually makes sense. It's S tier. And you know what? I'm not sorry. This is literally the peak DK design, and I'm not afraid to say it. And now this leads us to Mario Kart World. Now, we've come a long ways in just seeing him in the background, and that set fans on fire on the internet. And yeah, it did look a little ridiculous. He looked like he was not with us. But now seeing him up close, and he has life behind the eyes. Because the DK of a couple years ago, he looked like he's just going to start drooling in any second, like this dumb idiot. I don't think that's bad, but like if they're going to make him a big, drooling, dumb idiot, they should like embrace that. That's what I'm saying before with the movie design. Like it just didn't feel like that's what they intended. It just felt like they were stuck with this design. They made his old look from Donkey Kong Country based on like the 3D modeling software of the 90s. I think this redesign should have came like in Donkey Kong Country Returns. Maybe that's a crazy thing to say, but hey, his hair's cool too. I like it a lot. It's really, really good. That gets an S tier. Next is Bananza, which is just the same look. This is just what DK looks like now. But this is a more detailed version. The Mario Kart one is kind of smoothed out. All they really did was squish his eyes together. To be fair, is like the most important aspect of any character's likeness or visual identity is their eyes. Because most of us are humans, so we kind of feel that way naturally. I'm not saying they didn't change him in other areas too. You know, like they changed his hair and they changed his mouth slightly, but if they changed any of that stuff on their own, nobody would be making a big deal about this. Barely anyone would notice. He's just expressive and fun. Some people say that this really isn't a new design. They took the Game Boy one. In my opinion, they kind of took everything that makes DK good, they combine it into this one. When I see this DK, I see a fun gorilla who likes to eat bananas. When I see the old DK, I see an archaic 3D model in a video game. Do you know what I mean? Imagine a world, okay? You grew up, this is the DK that you're used to. And then they redesign him in Donkey Kong Bananza, and now he looks like this. Not dramatically different, he's just a little bit more rigid. I know some people still don't like the new design, and is it because you literally think it's not as good, or do you just not like change? Which is okay. Change is scary. I would say the new look is literally a better design just because of his eyes, you know. He does kind of have this big bean smile that you see in just a lot of cartoons. It might look kind of generic. That's why I think I slightly prefer the movie design a little more. But still, a strong S tier. And now I think that covers all the major DK designs. I was a little redundant in some places, like I said earlier, just because I want to make a point or something. And now that we've reached the end of the video, now's your chance to go ahead and leave a comment and tell me where you disagree, or in other words, where I'm wrong, or if I'm a stupid idiot. And I'm looking forward to those, but leave a comment on something you agree with as well, right? Throw me a bone, please. Thanks for watching. This is your best friend Tevlev saying bye-bye until next time.